This is what happens when you enter a public service vehicle popularly known as matatu. You give the conductor money from which he deducts fare to your destination. But come July 1st, 2014, commuters will be expected to use cards like this for their fare. The question begs, are we ready as a country?
We've opened doors for every service provider. Right now, I think those who are lined up about maybe 4 or 5 organizations which would like to provide service on this electronic fare payment. And I believe we are more than ready. This is something that is overdue. And we know we've been actually yearning for it for quite a number of years because of serious problems faced by the industry.
Until now, Kenya's road public transport system has been largely informal. It is estimated that investors in the sector lose up to 30% of their revenue due to existing loopholes. However, stakeholders in the industry are hopeful that with the introduction of the electronic fare payment systems, these loopholes will be sealed.
We want to make the industry profitable. This is the only industry where you buy a matatu on loan, you give it to some people, and they pay you after they have paid themselves and all the other expenses. But now in this system, the money, once you swipe the card, the money goes directly to the account of the owner of the vehicle. So that is the first reason. The second reason, once we get now the data of all the owners, is for taxation purposes.
Companies like Equity Bank, in partnership with Google, Safaricom, MasterCard and Visa, are all in the race to create systems that will ease payments, in turn claiming a piece of the lucrative industry said to be worth over 200 billion shillings, according to Kenya's Economic Survey of 2013.
I think since we launched Beba Pay about 4 months ago, we have nearly 400,000 people already holding cards. And that really gives you the impression of the preparedness of the people. We have seen most of the bus companies, most of the circles approach us for the devices. We, from our side, have kept sufficient devices within the country, such that if there is a lash, we'll still be able to cope with us.
But the implementation of the cashless system has faced some drawbacks.
There's a feeling that the cards that we have should be interoperable, so that this card should be able to work on the same vehicle, so that one vehicle is not having 3, 4, 5 readers, so that we can have one. And that means that you have to develop a switch. And so the technicalities that make you feel that maybe that July is ambitious. But I still think that it's an attempt for us to go in the right direction.
Owners of public service vehicles have also expressed their concerns.
One of the challenges that we face is there was, they saw as a barrier the commission charged. Because you would find like on Beba pay 5% of the gross collection is charged every end of the day. So that one acted as one of the challenges. And then the second challenge was, ideally before when we were doing cash, when we handle cash, the money gets to the owner same day or to his bank same day. But when you find when you're using the cashless system, it takes 2-3 days.
Conversely, going cashlight has its own share of benefits to commuters, public service vehicle owners and Kenya's economy at large.
For me, since I've used this card since January this year, I've seen this card has a lot of advantages. For instance, when you are paying your fare, there is nobody who will give you back your change when it's fake.
Cashless system does a lot of things. One, it enhances security on the vehicles. That means the cartels and the thugs and the hijackings will disappear. It improves taxation for government. Government certainly will be able to get its money and it can monitor. The card enables planning, because once you have that data, you can plan effectively, because you can know this route carries these people at this time of the day, and therefore you can do it better.
We are seeing the efficiency that we can bring to the economy. There is a huge proposition that as a country we became cash right, we can essentially be able to increase GDP growth rate by up to 2% because of efficiency in money supply. So that is the benefit we would like to accrue to the economy.
Whether all public service vehicles will be ready to comply with the government legislation by July remains debatable. But one thing is seemingly clear: no extension will be granted come D-Day.
We have no intention of changing. We have had many stakeholder meetings, including one we plan to have next week, just to assess. And in fact, we want them to sign that this date is not negotiable. Because people, when they hear it's 2 or 3 months away, they tend to wait until the last week of the 3 months. Then they say the time is not enough. But we have a working committee that is reporting to us on a weekly basis, and the progress for now is good, but we want to make it better.